Well, August is coming to an end. I mean, we're on the 28th of August, and for the past 7 days, we've had good rain. I mean, for 7 days, we've had 5 days of rain, and that's including today because it already rained this morning. But now the sun is coming up, and the rain is kind of clearing, and I'm thinking this is my opportunity to start preparing this so that I can leave this for like 2 weeks though. I'm gonna treat it, leave it for 2 weeks, and get it ready for planting some seeds. Let me show you how I'm gonna do that. Sanmanan Chumelang Mulweni Abusheni Huedah Kuday Namaste Assalamu alaikum Awe Masakanders. My name is Winston and welcome to my channel Bushies Boer. On this channel we discuss everything relating to small scale farming and those small projects that you can do yourself, save on some money and enjoy the fruit of your labor. And today I'm going to show you how I'm going to prepare this bedding over here to plant some seed for my vegetables. But before we start, I want to show you two things over here. Number one is this plant over here. Now this looks like strawberry. There are two of them here, three of them. It looks like a strawberry plant, but there is also a weed, and not the weed for smoking. Weed as in plants that grow without you planting them or planting the seeds. So I've got like three of them, and I do not know if it's weed, but I want to leave it. So I'm going to see if it grows into something or if it really is strawberry or not. That was two, and I'm going to show you the third one over here that just started growing. So I do not know what it is. I'm going to leave those just to see what's going to happen around here. Secondly, there is also these plants, and it's planted in rows. It's like 3 rows of them, and it looks like spring onion. So I'm gonna leave this as well just to see what happens around here or what grows out of it. But the rest of the weed, like there and there, and all the dirt here, I'm gonna get rid of right now. I'm also impressed by the way they planted this and how they structured this, because you have like a way that you can walk past here, and then obviously you're going to plant this side and you're going to plant that side, and then you also have a walkway around there, and obviously you're going to plant that side. So I'm going to keep the same format. All I'm going to do is I'm just going to clear it out. So the plan is I'm going to show you the small area that I'm going to treat right now or prepare. I'm going to do the rest of it, but I'm not going to show everything on camera just for the sake of the weather and just for me to push some time, because I think we're going to run out of time when the rain's going to start falling again. So I'm going to show you just this area, but when I'm done I'll show you how it looks like when the whole area is done. So step number one, I'm going to use my pick and I'm just going to loosen up the soil. I don't have a fork. If you had a pitchfork, you would have done that. I don't have a fork as yet, so I use my pick. Right now, all I'm going to do is I'm just going to scrape around and pick up all the weed, clean it up, and put all the weed in this bucket. Let's go. guys, just a small demonstration of what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna stop the video right here. I'm gonna clean out the rest of the area, and I'll come back and I'll show you exactly how it looks like. 30 minutes later, and I've cleaned 5 meters of all 3 rows. What I'm going to do right now is just clean up the walkway and I'm done. But I want to show you that I left the spring onion. Like I said, I'm going to leave it just to see what's going to grow in there, if it is spring onion. But I've got something interesting to show you, and this is like more of them like here, like planted in 3 rows. I've left that small plant here, and I'm just going to clean the walkway, and I should be done with this 5 meters, and then I have to do the rest of the 5 meters. But I want to show you something, because I took one of the plants out and I think I'm right. This might just be onions or spring onions. I do not know what it is, but it definitely looks like it. So we're going to leave that and we're going to see what happens in there. So I'm done cleaning. Step number 1 is done. I've cleaned up everything. I must still measure how long this is, but you can see I've split it. I have walkways. There's Jalen. He just came out of the house now. They were watching TV the whole time. I think I started too early for them on a Saturday, but that's done. Everything is cleaned, and I want to show you because I made a discovery on one of the bigger plants that I thought was a strawberry. Obviously I don't know my plants, and it is actually beetroot. But this one can't be saved because it is infested with beetles and it has died, so I'm going to throw this away. But we have 5, 6, 7 extra plants right here that looks like it can just be beetroot. I'm going to leave them and I'll see how they grow. Now this is step number 2. In that wheelbarrow we have some compost. You know the guy that used to work here, Mr. M. That's what I'm going to refer to him going forward. And I'm using Mr. M because of protecting his identity. So he managed this place. He also made his own compost, which we're going to use. If you don't have your own compost, you can go buy it from a nursery. It doesn't cost that much. I think about 20 rand a bag or so. But we're going to use this compost, and we just so step number 2 will be to cover the area with compost, and then I'm going to just mix it in the soil, and I'm going to come back with a second layer of compost. But let me show you what I'm going to do right now. Okay, that's just a preview of what I'm going to do. I'm going to show everything because the video will be too long. So I'm going to continue doing the whole area right here. I'm going to cover it with the compost. I'm going to mix it in the ground, and I'm going to come back and just cover the top part, and step number 2 will be done. I'll show you how it looks like when I'm back. Alright, so we're done with step 3. Step 2, sorry. We added the compost. We mixed it in well. All I'm going to do right now is just to clean it up a little bit, make it look a little bit tidy, and this is how I'm going to do this. And this is the end product. You'll see we've made some nice walkway right there. We've left the spring onion, we left a small beetroot plant right there. We took 2 out because already it's rotten. There's Jalen, my video man, and he pushed the wheelbarrow when we had to go fetch the compost. But we are done, and this is the end product, nice and tidy. All we're gonna now do is, the weather played well together, so all we're gonna do right now is wait for the weather, because the rain is building up. Sun is gone, it's gonna rain, so we're gonna leave it for 2 weeks, let the rain do its thing. And if it doesn't rain tonight, then we're gonna water it tomorrow, and then we're just gonna leave it for 2 weeks, and after 2 weeks we will be ready to plant. Now, some of you all will say, yeah, Winston, it's nice to talk because you got all the space, and I don't. I am in a flat, so I'm in a what you call it, a complex, and we are not allowed to keep any garden, or to make a garden. Well, I don't like excuses, so I've got a solution for that, and I'm going to show you right now what we're going to do, because we will be preparing all of these pots right here also for planting, and we're going to show you that you don't need the space, you just need some containers and you can plant it yourself. And we're going to do the exact same thing that we did for the area there. We're going to do the exact same thing with all of these containers, just to prepare it to plant. Now, this container here is something that I brought from my previous house, and you can see this is just an old toilet cistern. So there's really no excuse to say that I don't have the space, because what I did in this container was I planted some chilies, and they grew. I think I got like 3 chilies out of it, which is not a lot, but it's fine, because I also planted it incorrectly, because you can see I put a lot of seed in one place and a lot of seed in one place, so obviously the seed squashed each other. It was winter. I do not see any green stems right here, so I'm gonna remove this also, and we're gonna try and plant something new in this. But I'm just trying to show you that you don't really need the big space. All you need is a container, and we're gonna do that for all of these containers. There's a hole there, but it's fine. We're gonna clean it up, we're gonna tilt the soil, we're gonna put some compost, and then we're gonna come back and show you exactly how it looks like. So it's like 10 minutes later, and we've cleaned up all the containers. This one was empty. We filled it up with soil, we mixed compost. There we have some more. Jalen is just finishing the other ones and putting the last compost in a tire. Remember, we planted some potatoes in there last week, so we'll see how long that will take. There's the containers, all the containers. This one was very dirty, we cleaned it out, turned the soil, add some compost. This is this bath, it was also dirty, we cleaned out all the grass, added some compost. This one as well, we just added and we cleaned it up, and that's how you prepare bedding. So you really can't make an excuse to say I don't have the space. You have options to put some containers together, and this is actually how it's gonna look like. We have the containers right there, and we have the flower bed right there. So that's it from us. I mean, I think we've done a lot of work for today. The clouds are also building up, so I think later this afternoon we can expect some rain, but we're done working. We are finished. We cannot work any longer. It is now 1 2 3 4 hours later, and we've done the whole bedding right there. That's over 10 meters wide and 5 meters, I mean like 5 meters across. We finished that. We've also prepared the pots right here, and we are done. So you can do it yourself. Why not? So if you think you found any value in what we showed you today, please consider subscribing. If you like the video that we showed you today, please hit the like button. If you don't, hit the dislike button. Also leave us a comment to tell us what you are doing in your garden, how you prepare your soil, because let's get the information out there so people can make their decisions and to decide how they want to do their garden. It all depends on them. We just want to get the information out and help people to make their own garden. The wind is picking up, so it's gonna come start raining. So until next time, keep well, stay safe, stay blessed. Away. Jalen, just greet them. So the rain never came and we decided to wet this area ourselves. So we're just gonna give it a good soak. It is the next day, of course. We're just gonna give it a good soak, and then we'll do that once a week, and it should be ready in 2 or 3 weeks time.